Vallourec, and we will take some question afterwards. Okay, so François is a mechanical engineer from ENSAM Paris, and now he is the head of the marketing and development for geothermal solution for the Vallourec group. So François, go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Tell me if with the mic is okay? Yeah. Okay, thanks. Thank you. So I will present Vallourec and what Vallourec is doing in the geothermal activities, how we support geothermal. So I will introduce Vallourec and present our products and solutions. So first, so Vallourec is an actor in the oil and gas industry since many years. So we manufacture primarily seamless pipes. So I brought one of them. You can come and see it after. So we manufacture seamless pipes, and we also have a technology for the connections between the pipes. So this technology has been on the market since decades for oil and gas, and I will now present the way we have adapted this technology for geothermal. So Vallourec in a nutshell, so we have 13,000 employees. We have a consolidated revenue of around 4 billion in 2024. We have we deliver around 1.3 million tons of pipes, and we have been on the market over the last 130 years. So summary, I will go quick. So our footprint right now, we have manufacturing plants mainly in Brazil, in the US, and we have also finishing facilities to machine the connections, especially in Saudi Arabia, Southeast Asia. So as you can see, we have a footprint very related to the oil and gas sector, and we have also a very strong R&D. So we spend, I have that on the next slide. Hold on, no, it's here. Yeah, so we have 3 R&D center, and we spend around 40 million every year for R&D to develop pipes and connection and metallurgies for our different customers. So in a nutshell, so we are fully integrated. So we manufacture our own steel. We have forests in Brazil. We have our own mines. We extract charcoal from the forest, and we manufacture the steel in our steel plant, and then we manufacture the pipes. The pipes are then heat treated in heat treatment facilities, and then we manufacture connections to connect the pipes in the well. So that's the summary of the core business of Vallourec, which has been like that since decades. Another important factor, we have a very low carbon footprint. So for 1 ton of pipes manufacture, we emit around 1.45 tons of CO2, which is very good compared to our peers, which are around 2 tons per CO2. And being fully integrated help to reach such a level. So the last 30 years, Vallourec has delivered casing pipes for geothermal, but we didn't add a very dedicated R&D and research around pipe manufacturing. So basically, our customer used OCTG standard solutions for geothermal, with some success, but also some issues that we will cover later. So over the last 5 years, we have set a new entity within Vallourec, which is dedicated to new energies with 3 main activities: geothermal, carbon capture, and hydrogen storage. Obviously, today we'll focus on geothermal. So what are we focusing on? So as you know, it has been explained this morning, there are different types of geothermal, from shallow to deep. Considering our solutions, we are mostly focused on deep geothermal. So typically, all wells having depths higher than 1,500 meters. So typically starting from Paris Basin types of well, and of course wells with higher level of temperature and depth. So I like to compare the casing string to the backbone of the body. So it means to have a reliable well, which is a very important target for operators. Wells are designed not to last 5 years, 8 years, or 10 years, but rather 30 years or even longer. Key activity is to select the pipes in a way to prevent the different types of failure. Failures are not the same depending on the type of geothermal. For high temperature, you have some types of failure. For district heating, other types of failure. Usually, the casing, the capex corresponding to a casing pipe in a project represent around 10% of the total amount of the project. But if the pipe is not selected correctly, then you can end up with early failure of the wells that can lead to either reduction of the production or in some case even you have to abandon the asset. So selecting the right casing string is a key activity at the start. So we'll focus on several types of pain. So corrosion, of course, especially in district heating when you have a lot of chlorides, a lot of eventually CO2 and H2S, some tiny amount of H2S, you can have corrosion. So then all the pains related to the thermal effect of the temperature of the brine on the material. It is especially important in high temperature wells. Scaling is an issue as well. And then you can have other types of issues such as collapse of the casing, especially in high temperature wells, or leakage at the connection level that can affect the production of the well or even the integrity of the well. So over the last years, Vallourec has been focusing on these different types of pain to validate our technology towards geothermal activities. I will focus on some. So first, so we are supported by a very strong R&D, which is has started in north of France, so around 200 kilometers from here, close to Lille. We have around 300 engineers working on the different aspects. One of them is material science and corrosion expertise. So we have experts, and we also have testing facilities to replicate in situ conditions that you can find in a well. So we have test cells. We can circulate a fluid that replicates the condition you have at the bottom of the well to simulate the effect of the brine on different types of material, and this can help to select the material. So that's a key activity for especially geothermal well. So another aspect is so on high temperature wells, one key factor for failure in the wells, especially as I mentioned, high temperature in Iceland or in Indonesia or in other parts of the well of the world where geothermal at high temperature is operated. You can have some collapse failure of the casing. One solution to mitigate or to prevent casing failure is so first is to select, to do a suitable evaluation of casing of all the loads on the casing, and then to select casing which have eventually enhanced collapse values. We have for oil and gas, we have a solution which is called high collapse grades. This consists not in adding material, but having a tighter control of the manufacturing of the pipe. Tighter control means tighter dimensional control and tighter control of all the mechanical parameters. And doing so, you can increase the collapse rating of the pipe by in the magnitude of up to 100%. I took here two examples, a 958 casing and a 1338. You can see by using those type of high collapse grade, you can increase the rating, collapse rating of the pipe. This solution has been on the market for oil and gas for decades, and we are now in the process to run testing at elevated temperature of all these pipes to replicate what really happened in situ in the wells. So that's to tackle the collapse issues. Another key part on the casing string are the connections. So the connection technology, so this is a summary. The purpose of a connection is to connect two pipes together to ensure mechanical integrity between the two pipes and to ensure the sealability. So sealability for liquid, but also for gas. So this technology, as I mentioned, has been on the market since decades. It has been upgraded for different challenges in the oil and gas. But, okay, the key difference with, so this is what we have tested for oil and gas activity. So pretty much all the sizes were tested up to 180 degrees Celsius. For some projects, HPHT, it was tested up to around 240 degrees Celsius. But as you know, for oil and for geothermal, that's the split of the temperature for all the power generation geothermal wells that are expected. And as you can see, more than 2/3 of them will have temperature beyond 200 degrees Celsius. So it means the connection technology was not fully validated and suitable for geothermal. So we have, again here, run some testing according to a specific protocol, which is called TWCCP. It's a thermal well testing protocol. And the connection technology is now validated up to 350 degrees Celsius, which is enough to cover some ongoing project, but we see now more and more projects with higher temperature, targeting sometimes up to 450 and even sometimes slightly more. So we are working, this is not yet achieved, we are working on we have an R&D plan to go beyond and to test the connection technology beyond. I just go one slide back with, so as you know, this is some examples of everyday life, like train tracks, bridges and so on. When in the summer the temperature increases, the metal expands. Metal expansion is a key topic for geothermal. It is already a topic for oil and gas, but when you go beyond 200 and 250 degrees Celsius, it becomes really a key challenge. Just like to take one example, imagine the length of this room is around 12 meters, approximately the length of a casing pipe. So when you increase the temperature of 1 meter of pipe by 1 degree, by 100 degrees Celsius, its length increased by 1 millimeter. So if you increase by 300 degrees Celsius, this 1 meter piece of pipe will increase by 3 millimeter. So let's now imagine the 12 meter pipe. Its length will increase by around 48 or 50 millimeter. So this is huge. So it means 2,000 meter casing, so 2 kilometer casing, will increase in length by around 8 meters. So this is a key factor. I like to take figures. It's easy to evaluate. So it means that the casing string at some point has to absorb this length. Either there are two ways. So either the casing is free, but in real life it's not the case because the casing is in most of the case cemented. So it means the temperature increase will induce some compression, some high level of compression, and this can lead to failure. So that's why we need to have solution to address this point, and that's why connection technology suitable for oil and gas is not necessarily straightforward transferable to geothermal. Okay, so hence all those testing done on connections. So this is done in one of our testing facility, the one I mentioned earlier, which is in north of France. So this test bench, some of you in the room have visited the testing facility some few months ago. So this test bench, in a nutshell, you can put a pipe and a connection inside the test bench and apply all the mechanical loads temperature cycles that the connection can see in the field. It can apply tensile loads up to 2,300 tons. It can apply pressure up to 15 or 20,000 psi, and the temperature can be changed from ambient to 350 degrees Celsius. And as we speak, we are working to increase the capacity of those bench to be able to test up to 500 degrees Celsius. So this is on the high temperature side for wells which are high enthalpy wells. We have several projects in the world that are emerging in Iceland, in New Zealand, in the US as well. Several companies are working on it to harvest even more energy than what is done today. Okay. Last but not least, we are also working to support the new technologies for geothermal, including advanced geothermal system. So this is an example of well, I don't know if there is. Okay, this is a monobore well with so the fluid, the cold fluid circulate down in the annulus and then get heated up as it goes down, and then it goes back up in the tubing. Obviously, if you do that, you have cold fluid, which is very close to very hot fluid. So at some point, you have an issue. So for that purpose, we have developed, we have again not developed but adapted a technology that was already existing for oil and gas, which is VIT, vacuum insulated tubing. So it's a solution with a pipe-in-pipe technology. And in between, you have some vacuum, which prevents the heat of the hot fluid going up in the middle to exit outside. So it's working similar to a bottle for your coffee in the morning. So and this is manufactured in one of our mills in the US. And this technology is now tested in lab, but also we have increased the temperature rating of this technology also up to 350 degrees Celsius. And we have 3 or 4 wells where this technology has been installed, mostly in the US. And we will run some tests with closely with our customers to understand and to validate the models that we have. Okay, so that was my last slide. Maybe one important point: in all those projects and all those technology, we work very closely with customers, because the best way to understand what's happening, and what are the challenges is to work with customer, whatever it is, on corrosion, on mechanical constraints, but also with these closed loop systems and this vacuum insulated technology. So that's it for me. Thanks.